Hey, remember when I didn't upload for 2 weeks and really gave no explanation at all? Well, wouldn't it be nice if I did? This isn't a video I felt like I had to make, this is just one I wanted to make. Because it's so hard in videos to really get that direct line to you so you know what's me and what am I playing up for the bit. And I'll be honest, a lot of the videos when I'm actually in the Alpharad voice, it's very played up. But then I like doing videos like this and the no internet videos where it's just me, unfiltered, just talking to the people. If you didn't know, I also did announce a hiatus from Twitter and other social media, so I thought, man, this might look like I'm having a mental breakdown, so let me shed some light on it. I am not having a total mental breakdown, but more so just something that happens every year. It's kind of a result of burnout where you just don't feel good enough. You get to a point where you start overanalyzing every single thing you do and you just hate all of it. And you want to create new stuff, but then you don't know how, so then you get in this vicious circle of hating everything you do, wanting to do more, but not knowing what to do. But I think that's just the depression talking, because I don't hate, well, obviously my job. I love making content. I don't hate my content, but I do think it can be improved, so I kind of want to improve it. And I have had multiple of these depressive breaks over my YouTube career, some longer than others. Like this one, I can't believe 2 weeks passed. That was just a surprise to me. I didn't even realize it's been that long, which I think that means it was really bad. But I recently released a Super Mario Bros. 2 video, and I spent like a lot of time on that, and it was incredibly over-edited. And the thing is, that's just what I do when I come back from depressive episodes. I think like the Villager Amiibo video in Smash 4, that was incredibly over-edited, and that was just because I was like, gotta let all this creative energy out now! But throughout that Super Mario Bros. 2 video, there were some bits that I really valued, and it kind of made me happy to spend more time on something, like when I replaced the Portal Still Alive song with Super Mario.
Super Mario.
What I'm trying to say is that I had this huge battle and ultimately came to the conclusion I wanted to spend more time on things, upload less frequently and stuff like that, but then I realized I was just like psyching myself out, because I do want to spend more time on video to video and focus on quality over quantity, but I still want to release like a sufficient quantity just because I like doing that. I like being consistent, and I also like just having you guys have something to watch. I think the biggest thing is I want to do more scripted content because I think I'm much funnier and just wittier when I'm writing rather than off the cuff, because, well, I just have time to prepare it, but I also think I'm just really talented at that, so I want to kind of showcase that skill a little more. Anyways, I think I've always struck that median, that fine line of quantity versus quality, and I think I've found it, and I kind of want to stay there, but I just want to do more things. I want my channel to be less formal, I want it to be less stiff, because like after doing Alpharad Plus and doing like all these other kinds of content, like music, and then I'm working on other projects that I can't talk about, but like it's just, I wish I could be so loosey-goosey on the big thing, because that's who I am. I'm just trying to become less stiff. And it sounds as simple as just be yourself, but within the past couple of years, I've, started therapy. I've been very open about that, very positive about it. But the biggest thing is like kind of realizing I had very, very bad OCD. And that is a term that gets thrown around when you're like, I like it when my fork is straight next to my plate. And I have to clean my house. Like, I'm not a clean person. I don't care about how my forks are aligned. Sometimes it does manifest in weird ways, like, oh, when I listen to music in the car, my audio has to be on even numbers. Like, it is like that sometimes, but it's more on the obsessive side than the compulsive side of OCD, and I just get very tunnel vision on things, and that's definitely simplifying it. But when I get locked in on something, it kind of becomes my world, if you will. So like every now and then when I get harped in on these negative thoughts, that just becomes all I can think about. I'll be honest, I didn't really know OCD could manifest like this, so when you kind of learn about it, it almost felt refreshing to understand yourself a little bit more. And specifically with my case of OCD, it made me able to combat it a little bit, because it's hard to record because I think things have gotten so big, like we're at 2 million subscribers and I don't feel that way. So I have to carry the responsibility of this massive channel that I don't feel like is on the inside. I think that kind of mentality has made me, well, less arrogant. I don't think I'm like an asshole. And I'm not saying that every big YouTuber is. I'm just saying, you know, with great power, great fame, like you can kind of become a little more arrogant with it. And I just feel like I'm just some dude recording video games with my friends and uploading that. And that, well, you know, in a way is what I am. But I don't really value the weight of an audience. And I need to get a little better at that. Because like recently on Twitter, like I kind of made a joke about, oh, what if we teased back at gimmick accounts and then, you know, with me having a much bigger platform, inadvertently, or, you know, I'll just take credit for it. I directly caused them to be harassed to the degree that I did. And, ooh, that was bad. You know, it's just hard. Maybe as an outsider, it's easy to see me and be like, yeah, he's a big YouTuber, but I don't feel that way. And I think it's much easier to assess that from the outside looking in. But anyways, I'm growing, I'm a human being, I make mistakes, and I have to learn from them. That's just a part of life. I'm no different from you in that regard. My mistakes are just magnified on the scale of millions, so it makes it hard to come to terms with it, but no, it definitely just works all the same. But I really like where I'm at, where I don't feel like this is an incredible, huge responsibility. I just want to make funny videos, and that's who I am at the core. I just want to entertain. That's who I've always been. But going back to the OCD thing, is I have a lot of thoughts that run through my head when I record. So sometimes when I record in groups frequently, that's kind of why, because I'm trying to offset those thoughts when I'm alone. And whenever I record alone, I have all these thoughts. Every time I'll make a joke, I'll always like criticize myself, like, you could have said this funny, or you could have had this, you could have said this instead, blah, 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 blah. And it's painful to record sometimes. But don't take this as like every time I do solo commentary, I'm harming myself, because it's not that. It's just something I've never really shared that I would like to. So nowadays, I never try and force it. I just try and record on days where I feel good. And sometimes that just doesn't happen, so sometimes I just don't record. But I'm getting better. Day by day, everything's getting better. Quarantine has been hard on me because it's just exaggerates everything you're feeling, honestly. This moment of isolation. And I'm rambling a lot, and that's because I have no script. This is just things I've wanted to say, and that can't fit into 240 characters on Twitter. Or 280, I don't know. But yes, people want to know, Alpharad, why did you leave social media? I just don't think it's healthy, man. Eventually I will come back, and I'll probably keep it minimal and like post video updates and haha funny things, but I just don't want to live on social media anymore. And it wasn't because of that gimmick account war that I left Twitter. That was just kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. It was something I've been feeling for a long time. I just never really had it in me to leave. But I just want to continue uploading videos and not have the stress and the pressure of social media, because everything you say now when you have all these eyes on you becomes a formal statement that you have to either backpedal from or die on the hill of. And it's just hard to really just I don't want to say put opinions out there, because I don't mind doing that, but it's just sometimes things you think are innocent and funny can be misinterpreted as not. And it is a huge responsibility, and I kind of want to take a break from social media until I can kind of learn to value that a little bit more. Because I also don't want to spend all my time on social media, so I'm trying to find this way. If I can just cut it cold turkey, eventually when I come back, it'll be easier to do it in moderation. Which a lot of people thought that was like a irresponsible decision to just like have a problem and leave, but I think it's the healthy way. It might seem irresponsible in the short, small picture, but like in the big picture, I think it makes a healthier environment for the fan base and me and just everyone involved. Because I love fan interaction, so I never really want to abandon that. So that's why even though I'm just uploading right now, I'm still interacting in the comments section and stuff like that. But with all of that being said, I do want to mix up my content a little bit. I really want to go back to doing more variety things, and that's not like a big announcement because I kind of do that anyways, and you guys have always been supportive of me just genuinely uploading anything. I drew myself drawing shitty art in Photoshop, and you guys still ate that up, and I'm so grateful. And I will be playing a lot more games. I just want to mix it up. I just want to do more is the thing. Because whenever I started recording my music for my band Ace of Hearts, please listen to us. We have an EP releasing June 5th, which, you know what, every time I mention my band, I always give a preview. So here is a preview for a song, Monophobia, from the EP Monophobia.
Since I had to ask you if your words are still true, don't you think I should just know? Lapses in your breathing while my head is ringing. Heard this voice and it asked me, have you ever wanted to feel anything at all?
Wow, thank you for listening to that. But anyways, when I was recording all of our music, like we have already finished our album that's going to come out later this year. Like we have put in so much work, but this was just a passion project that was overflowing with heart and passion and everything. And upon doing that, it made me realize how little passion I was putting into my content. And I try to fight through that depressive episode of the realization, but it ultimately got to me and I took a few weeks off. Unknowingly, those days just went by so fast. I went through this whole cycle of saying I have to put more time into things. I have to make all these long, complicated videos, spend all this time editing. And I'm sure that that is welcome, but what you really want in videos is heart. And I realized that this morning, and I just felt like I had to make this video saying that I understand. Alpharad is a good editor. I am talented at that, but that's never what the channel was. It wasn't the games I played. It was the heart that I put into the channel. And I think when the channel has been at its best was when I was putting the most heart into it. And, you know, I do think that during the early Ultimate phase, there's a lot of, like, kind of riding the wave, a lot of formulaic content. And I can't really say that that had the heart that it did before and after. So I'm really just trying to find the heart that makes this channel what it is. Because I think that's what I've always done that made it special. I always just did what I wanted to, and I didn't really give into this agenda. And now I look at numbers and I become paranoid, but that's just not who I want to be. And social media only exaggerates that. So the bigger you get, the harder it is to ignore it. And yeah, so what I'm trying to say is I just want to bring back the heart. And it is kind of ironic that my band Ace of Hearts was the catalyst to make me realize this, but it is true. I am looking forward to whatever I do next. I am going to do bigger videos here and there. I want to do more of those animated challenge videos. I want to do more like full game let's play videos, kind of like what Super Mario Bros. 2 is, but maybe a bit more narrative driven. And yeah, I don't really have a concrete idea on what's coming next, but I just know a lot is. So I think I'm going to come back to uploading regularly now, and I'll just mix it up. So it would help me a lot if you guys are vocal about what you like, because being a content creator is a Venn diagram of what you want to do and what the people want to see. So your input definitely does matter, because I just want to find where that overlap is. So I'm just going to throw a lot of stuff at the wall for the time being, and if you like it, please speak up. Because I know a lot of you are very silent. You just watch a video and then leave, and that is 100% okay. Honestly, preferred. But if you do like something, just let me know. I just want to go back to who I was, and that was not caring about all these number bullshits. There are a few videos coming up that I did talk about numbers and stuff like that I have recorded in the past, but just realize I just want to do me. And I just want to bring back the heart. So thank you for watching this video that I started editing today at 11 a.m. Thank you, because it means a lot that you guys care. And I think just by watching this, you have proven to me that you guys also want the heart of this channel. And now that I've done this for going on 6 years, I kind of realize when people come to me, they're like, 5 years, I started watching your channel when I was a kid, now I'm in high school. And I'm like, oh my god, that's weird, that's genuinely weird. But it makes me appreciative, because sometimes people will grow out of my content. And I never have a problem with that, because that's supposed to happen. And I don't like it when people try and spin the wheel and be like, oh, his channel is now directed for younger people. It's just like, no, you just grew up, and that's okay. And it's not even like an age thing. You can just develop different interests and different senses of humor. Therefore, mine are no longer applicable to your interests. But what I really want is, for those of you who have been here for a long time, thank you. Those of you who aren't here anymore, thank you. And those of you who will eventually be here, thank you. Like, just, it's a cycle, and I'm grateful for people on all sides of the spectrum. And I don't really know what else to say, but I love the people, and I've never really been good at outros.